Hello, and welcome to this, our 25th episode of Chain World. Chain World is an awesome series in which we play Dungeon World with awesome people, and we have awesome good times, and awesome things happen, and there's awesome fantasy, and you should be in awe because it is awesome. See how that. This event is in accordance with the Indie Plus community standards. If you'd like to find out more about what those are, please visit indieplus.org. And in advance, I will warn you that this event is rated R, NC-17, up there. Imagine curse words, imagine decapitations, imagine spewing blood, imagine sex, imagine whatever, drugs, madness, yeah, you can think of. Rat Queens is our guiding star, and if you aren't familiar with that, you should go check that out as well because it's wonderful. And we take a lot of our general content lines from that. Um, so, with all that said, in Chain World, we follow the adventures of the Owlbear Scourge, and up until relatively recently, we've been rotating around, and we've been bringing in guests who run the game one session and then they play one session. But since now we are in the end game, following the adventures of these heroes, as the world comes to a crashing close around them, the reins of GMdom are going to the members of our own team. And we will be watching as they attempt to save the world, I guess, or salvage some piece of it. For my part, I am Brendan Conway. Or am I? I'm now Clark Kent. Sorry, I had the props, I had to. And I play Charfiend the Immolator, who is a sad panda lizard who is, I mean, I kind of feel like he's going through his teenage phase. He lost his ability to be immune to fire. He's kind of broody, kind of murdery, and he did it for a girl who he does actually really like, but he's continuing to have major problems expressing that, apparently, not least because I think when last we checked in, he burned the crap out of her shoulder. Yeah, so that's me. Andrea.
I play Etheldrina de Graves, the former paladin, now disciple of Basilides, who is rumored to be dead, which is kind of awful, but that's okay because I was no longer a paladin anyway. And also, we're kind of treating each other like, like a parent-child relationship that's really unstable. So, let's see, what did we learn about Graves last episode? Oh, Graves has now switched to a short sword. I'm waiting for that to get broken. Oh wait, it did get broken. Maybe I should grab a butter knife off the table. And we also learned Graves does not understand what emotions have to do with the apocalypse, and everybody should just get over it and kill some shit.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Jen.
I'm Jen. I'm playing Andromeda the Star Mage, who, when last we left last session, was sort of off in some sort of weird shadow coma thing. And her boyfriend, I don't know, it's complicated. Charfine tried to wake her up by putting a burning hand onto her shoulder, making the entire place smell like burning flesh. No big deal. I wasn't using that shoulder at all. So, also of note, I will be live tweeting as Basil the Star / piece of Basilides this evening. So check out our Indie Plus Twitter at RPG Indie Plus. So that's a thing.
An awesome and wonderful thing.
Yes.
Misha.
Yes, I can remember how to use the mute button. Hi, I'm Misha. I play Aliana, the elven the bard / avatar of death / roving reporter who tries to make these people look good. And yeah, apparently I'm not doing so good because we apparently don't have a good reputation at the moment. But we're working on it badly as we kind of destroy the fire and stars and stuff. But they're coming back, I think.
Doing wonders for our rep.
Oh yeah, and our house got burned down.
Things are going well. And for tonight, the person who will be taking over GMing is the illustrious Sarah. So Sarah, would you like to introduce your character and take it away?
Sure. So normally you get to watch me play Shishina, who is the collector of kneecaps and separator of limbs. But tonight she's going to be a little bit on the back burner as I get to take my turn running these wonderful people through terrible, terrible things. So I believe Brendan volunteered to give us a little bit of a synopsis of last time.
To be clear, Brendan was volunteered off screen against his will to give a synopsis.
Semantics.
We voted. You lost.
Yay, America! So, in general, what is going on is essentially what amounts to a seeming apocalypse with events stacking on top of each other. The stars disappeared, I think, for some time, though they have started to come back. The city is in a state of chaos and anarchy and confusion and criminality. A dark figure known as the Umbral did arise, and cultists and followers flocked to his banner. In addition to strange, dark-eyed, weird, shadow-possessed zombie people appearing throughout the city. For us in particular, amidst this tapestry of woe and madness, we split up to pursue separate goals with Aliana and Shishina going in one direction and ultimately moving through a portal with them still not being clear on exactly who opened said portal that took them to their final destination, and Graves and Charfiend patrolling the streets, killing the dark-eyed people, ultimately being led by the other contender in the love triangle of Andromeda, Zephyros, and Charfiend. His name is Zephyros. He wound up alerting them to Andromeda's danger, so the three of them moved to the same location, and they all arrived at a gigantic manor, which was the no, it was the home of the Lady Danvers, the mother of the man who had basically taken over the city because he's a wonderful con artist. And there we found inside the Umbral himself, a former fan of the Owlbear Scourge, and Aliana in particular, who had been an innocent, naive, and kind-hearted young man, and who now turned into a nightmarish, evil shadow man. Who was
I would posit that this is actually Shishina's fault for stealing his girlfriend.
Continuity. And in the same room, we found the spider kobold Treasure, whom Aliana and Shishina had been tracking, the adopted daughter of Shishina, along with Andromeda herself, both of them seated there, both of them with dark eyes, both of them with a dark tattoo of the Umbral dragon on their arms. And what preceded was a conflict in which shadow limbs burst forth from the floor, and Shishina, in her own idiom, did separate the head of Alfred from his shoulders, holding it aloft with great joy, and not at all solving our general problems. And I believe that's where we are.
That sounds about right. We didn't quite solve the problem of the shadow tendrils coming up from the floor. And of course, both Andromeda and Treasure are still apparently enthralled. So,
go team.
But thank you. That was super useful. All right. So we're not jumping forward in time. We're still in the room. Andromeda and Treasure are at the table. Eyes black, tattoos starting to glow with blackness somehow. As Shishina is standing on the table and she has Alfred's head in her hand. And if you recall, she raised that up and drank the blood as it spouted from his severed throat. So she stops, she wipes her arm across her mouth and looks down, and the rest of you are assembled in a group up around this table. Now, Graves, you hear a clatter coming from behind you. Do you turn to look?
Oh, hell yes.
So whenever you turn just in time to see a door be forced, and in piles a handful of the other of the paladins, led by Smiles.
Oh.
So they are now there, backing you guys up, as these shadow tendrils are weaving around and behind Shishina. But they don't seem to be attacking anyone right now. It's like they're waiting. And whenever you turn back, you can see that Shishina has fallen to her knees, and she's dropped the head. And the blood coming from her mouth has started to turn black. And she looks up, and Charthine, you went over to Andromeda, right?
And burned the crap out of her shoulder, yep. Because that's where the tattoo was.
Right, and she didn't react at all when you did that.
Nope.
But now, as Shishina falls to her knees, you can see her and Treasure both open their mouths, and they breathe out this black mist. And it starts to form in the air above the table. And the tendrils wave a little faster. They seem very excited. You can keep shaking your head. It's not going to stop.
Nope.
Can I clamp my hand over Treasure's mouth?
Yeah, just nope. Keep it in.
Really? So, okay, let's go with this. You have your hand over Treasure's mouth, which, remember, is a spider mouth.
Ew. Okay, yeah. I've dealt with this kid before. She's probably puked over me God knows how many times.
Totally.
Yeah, slaps.
So whenever you put your hand over her mouth, it starts leaking through your fingers. Are you standing, like, behind her and above her?
Probably. If she's still seated, yeah.
Then you're going to have to defy some danger to avoid breathing that in yourself.
Okie dokie. That would be Dex, I'm thinking? Or Wisdom? Or...
If you're going to jerk out of the way, it's Dex. If you're going to do something else, we can talk about it.
Huh.
Unless you have a feel.
Feel?
Or a move.
Oh. It's like a feel? What?
I was
all kinds of feels.
I was reading and talking. My bad.
Woohoo! So that is 11.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
All right. So you managed to clamp tight enough over Treasure's weird little mouth that it not very much comes out, and you jerk away so that it just floats up and joins the cloud, but it doesn't. You don't breathe it in. What are the rest of you doing?
So the mist is filling the air. Or is it generally like so filling the air that we are in danger of breathing it in, or is it like forming a cloud over the tendrils or something?
It's this cloud that's perfectly equidistant between your three friends, Shishina, Andromeda, and Treasure, and it's starting to collect into this ball, and it's about 3 feet across, and it's moving in and of itself.
Charfiend.
Yes.
Burn it.
Burn the smoke. Yeah, that's gonna work.
This plan has never worked so far, and I love it. Let's do it.
It works in the lavatory.
Graves. Let's do this shit. Okay, my dice stream app decided to be a total jerk. That's super fun. Let me see if I can get it open, but if I can't, I may have to go to another source or ask somebody else to roll. Yeah, it's not working for me. Would somebody else be so kind as to roll for me?
Sure. Ready?
And so you can tell me, Sarah, what I should be doing. I would like to hit it with fire, so I can either conjure a weapon of pure flame and then swing that at it, or I can use Zuka style to bend a flame to my will. But in order to do that, I have to actually have a fire to play with already.
Well, the hall that you're in, there is fire in the shape of a few candles, but overall the hall is unlit, and actually it's starting to get really dark in there.
So it sounds like I need to summon the weapon of pure flame first.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
So
let's do
6
that.
plus whatever you got.
So I am rolling plus con. Thank you, Misha. So I have an 8 total, which means I get to choose one of the following tags, or one of the following options. So it's fiery touch, dangerous, 3 uses. Oh gosh. Let's make it not dangerous. No, let's not do that. Crap. Alright, fine, let's make it not. No, let's make it thrown! Fine, fuck it. It's thrown. It's still dangerous and it's thrown.
Okay. What does your weapon look like?
Spear of flame. Trident of flame.
Trident of flame. All right.
Slap together, pull it apart, 3 spokes of flame, chuck it in.
So whenever you use this move, does it just automatically set stuff on fire, or?
So it has the tag fiery, so it probably lights on fire anything it makes sense for it to light on fire. It also, because I did not choose the option, still has the tag dangerous. So, I mean, that's open to interpretation. It also probably means, like, if it hits things it shouldn't, if it comes near things it shouldn't, it'll light them on fire. It is not controlled or contained, I guess is how I would think of it.
Excellent. So you all take a step back, I assume, as Charfine throws this trident, which soars through the air. And Charfine, as you throw it, you can see that some of that mist is starting to come out of Andromeda's shoulder where you burned her. And you can see that it's starting to spread, and her skin is getting charred, and you can smell it.
No.
But you throw the spear, and it hits this mist, and it lights up. And there is this concussive boom that knocks you all back.
Okay.
And whenever it clears and you look around, you can see that the ball is now shining with this purple glow in the blackness. And it's still coming out of your friends.
That didn't work.
I'm out of ideas.
I mean,
Can we pick them up and carry them out of here?
you can try that, yes.
I got nothing else, guys.
I'm like looking at the kid. I've got my hand clamped over because I'm guessing she got knocked back with me when we got knocked back.
Mm-hmm. So this might be a good time for a Discern Realities roll.
That it could be.
Or maybe some spouting of lore. You guys seem like you're not quite sure what to do, although you can hear Smiles and the other paladins getting up, and there is some unsheathing of swords going on in the background.
They're going to attack the darkness. Okay. Sure, we'll try Discern Realities. That sounds like a wise thing to do. Hey, look, we are just rolling beautifully today. That is a 12.
And which one were you rolling?
Discern Realities.
Excellent. So you get 3 questions.
What is about to happen?
A bunch of things are about to happen. Interesting. One of the things is Andromeda is about to get hurt again. Like, you can see that tattoo kind of charging up like it did before she her skin started to char. You can see that same odd purple glow is starting to go down her arm.
Okay. What here is not what it appears to be?
Let's see. The cloud of mist, it isn't mist. It's the shreds of reality being torn apart. It's an opening.
Oh.
And what's your last question?
What here is useful to me?
You do have a bunch of cannon fodder in the form of some paladins.
Glad we think of people that way.
I feel like we're really starting to get into like Sarah kind of dungeon world. Yes.
That's a portal. And not like a good Andromeda portal that like might lead somewhere useful, but that's like, bad shit's gonna happen if that doesn't get shut down really fast kind of portal. So,
Isn't that what all of her portals are?
Yeah, but at least they lead to somewhere useful as opposed to just, making the world end. Quickly.
So how do we close it?
We could chuck dead bodies into it, maybe? Hopefully? I don't know.
Okay.
That seems of limited effect.
Well,
Should we just start chucking dead bodies into it and see what happens?
Graves is sure gonna try.
Oh, God. Do I still have that one? I do.
Here, I'm looking for a doodad.
The death move you said?
Yeah, the one that I got from dying.
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to ask Brendan.
Yeah. Just trying to find it. There it is. Hoping. No, of course not. That's not the right one. Try a different sheet.
So,
Somebody else.
it's totally cool. So Graves, you were knocked back. You're right next to Smiles. She's getting up. She is obviously marshaling the paladins to charge it. What do you want to do?
If it's a portal and you charge it, it probably won't. Oh, but if we charge it, we could find out what's really behind this and then stab that.
She nods and she kind of makes this gesture like she did whenever you guys were in training, where she like almost reaches out to touch you and then she stops, and she's like, "We will follow you."
Okay.
Now, if you want to take a brief pause, we're going to do this audibly because it's a lot of typing, and I feel bad for Jen. But Jen just discerned realities on something, so she's got questions.
From where I'm at, which is not exactly where you guys are. It's totally fine. Yes. What is about to happen?
This next time, instead of hurting you,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to reach out to whoever's closest to you.
Oh, snap. And who's closest to me?
It's obviously Charfiend.
Yeah, I figured. I mean,
Sorry, Charfiend. You can argue with that if you want.
no offense
No,
to him,
clearly.
okay, but I've been here taking damage. Like, he can take a damage and be totally fine. It's about his turn, anyway. That's right, you guys. I've been taking damage this whole time.
Sorry.
Okay, so it's gonna attack Char. Another question. What here is useful or valuable to me?
So the place that you're in, you know, the table looks a little different, and now Treasure is, you can't see her, but you can still see the shadows coming up in front of you, and Shashina's farther back on her back, and she's just laying there with the same thing happening. So you can see in the center of that mess, because where you are, it's this bright, sparkling color.
Yeah.
In the center of it, you can see holding it is this, like, it's the necklace that you had before.
Okay.
And there's this substance kind of like dripping off it, but dripping upwards.
Oh.
And then kind of getting caught in the whirlwind of light, and it's starting to form this like shell.
Oh. That's
So
not good.
I'm going to say that necklace might be useful.
Yeah, it seems like it might be handy. And what should I be on the lookout for?
The things beneath the table.
Oh, snap.
So, back to our regularly scheduled adventure. So, you guys, did you find the Gurge leaf?
No, I didn't. Oh. So. Fire didn't do it. It's. You know what? Fuck it. I mean, how many? We've only got what? 3 more episodes. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm already dead. Aliana stands up and she unstraps the lute from her back, and she starts playing this depressing as fuck song. Like, you know, it causes, you know, the stones themselves to weep. It's so depressing. And as she's just advancing towards this big ball o' doom as she does it. Oh, of course, now he finds it.
I just made that up.
Okay.
It's your call. If you want, you can do this
I'll
one.
just keep it right. And so she gets to it, and she plays that last note, and it's we're going to it ends on this incredibly low-pitched, vibrating, deep, loud note. And we're going to roll Metal Hurlant and see if it actually does anything.
Awesome.
That is an 11!
God damn!
Yeah, I know. The one night that I was like, come on, I only need 1 more XP to level! And I can't get one to save my life. It takes 1d10 damage and is deafened for, well, can it? Fine, yes. The doodad is now deafened.
So does it have any other effect besides deafening?
1d10 damage and is deafened.
Roll me some damage.
That is 7.
Jesus. So, there's this another concussive moment as you strike your lute, and once again you're all thrown back. Whenever you dust yourselves off and get up, you can see that now there are these whispery tendrils coming out from the ball. And you can just, on the very edges of your hearing, you can hear screaming. And this beautiful mansion that you're in rocks. And you hear this vibration. And then you realize it's all the glasses on the table, or on the floor now. All the windows, all of the glass is starting to shudder and just sing. Like whenever you run your finger around the rim of a wine glass.
Wait, is this a spell?
Maybe.
Because I have this move, when an enemy casts a spell and I hear it, the GM will tell me the name and the effects. And I can take one forward to dealing with it.
Excellent. Before you do that,
Okay.
another bad thing happens. So you can see Andromeda suddenly moves. She has her hands on the table, and she kind of leans forward like she's starting to stand up. But before she can complete that burn tattoo mark, it starts glowing. And in the mist that was directed towards the ball, it reaches out and it lashes out another tendril, and it slaps Charfiend hard enough to throw him into the wall. Take 2 harm.
Your girlfriend's pissed at you, dude.
Sorry.
To be fair, you have shadow tentacles. I guess that's okay. Fits our relationship.
But you can see that Andromeda at least is showing some signs of trying to throw it off. How you doing there, Charfiend?
I mean, so it's 2 damage, so it hurts. It's not like overwhelming, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And you called out the glass, which now is on the floor. And so I have the crazy plan that I can melt the glass into a sphere around the thing in the middle of the room.
Oh.
Hmm.
Clever.
So I'm gonna do that.
That's an interesting question.
So I have the move Handcrafted. You may use your hands in place of tools and fire to craft metal objects. Mundane weapons, armor, and metal jewelry can all be formed from their raw components. You may unmake these things as well, but to do so without time and safety might require that you defy danger first. I'm assuming that this is just me heating up my hands, and I want to try to mold molten glass.
But you're not immune to fire anymore.
And like, I guess that's the wonkiness. I'm perfectly fine defying danger. I think that I need to be immune to fire enough that I can conjure up a trident made of flame and chuck it without
True.
that instantly like hurting me. I just think that if there's backlash or if it ever gets out of control, if this molten glass leaks onto me, it totally burns me.
Okay. That
Is
sounds
that
totally
legit?
fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to be super careful.
Yes. So go ahead and defy your danger. What are you defying it with?
Well, that's the thing. I guess it's got to be dexterity, right? Between the combination of care, of motion and movement, and speed. I'm trying to do this quickly. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah,
Would-
if you're moving fast, now that you picked yourself up from being thrown against the wall.
Yes. I mean, yeah, like I can't think of another way to do it. It's the only one that makes sense, especially because of the physical matter of actually crafting it carefully too. I would think that's dexterity and the precision of movement. It's not really anything else. It's not strength. It's not constitution.
No. You're not charming it into a ball.
Please, sir, please, form a ball. Would somebody be so kind as to roll for me? Also, if you'd be so kind, please roll well.
What will that do?
Oh.
Oh, look at that! All
Okay.
right.
I'm super tempted to do my move, but I'm not gonna. All right, that's a 10.
So you scoop up the glass, and working quickly, you do manage to put this glass ball around it. And as you do that, the shadow tendrils on the floor seem to kind of flicker lower, but it's more a movement like a cat before it's going to pounce on something than it is that it's like at bay. So you're standing there holding this
Yep.
glass ball.
Yep.
And the mist from your three friends' mouths is still going towards it, but now it's kind of hitting the glass and floating away from it. And you can feel that the glass itself is vibrating just like the other glass in the room. So
I'm holding my breath.
let's see what happens. So Andromeda, before you can respond, and although you're starting to actually rise at the table, once again that lashes out from your shoulder, and it hits Charfiend again. So
Sorry, Char.
She is pissed at you, dude.
It's not me!
So this time it hits you even harder. And you can feel a bit of a sizzle because it hits you and it's hot. And it drags that across your chest. This time take 3 damage. You don't quite drop the glass ball. But now you're bleeding. So let's go see what Graves is doing.
So Graves, having caught Smiles when she was thrown back into her, Graves. So there's a chair there, and Graves basically brings a foot down on it and smashes it and picks up a chair leg as a club. And by the time this is all done, there's a glass ball around the portal, and she's all ready to go, and she's like, I thought we agreed we were going to charge in and kill the god.
Containing it seemed like a better idea? I don't know, it just poofed!
We threw fire at it and it didn't kill it. Why would a stick do it?
'Cause wood beats water? I don't know.
What?
Wood, fire, water! Haven't you ever played this game?
It's not the stick, it's the strength and the faith which wields the stick.
It's still just a
She gives
stick.
you a funny look when you start talking about faith.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you just going to stand there like that for the rest of the day?
Who, me or him?
Him.
Oh,
If you have a better plan, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, I was gonna go stab it with my stick.
If you have a better plan, I said.
They have swords.
Is the smoke still coming out of our friends?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Jen is currently rolling to see how that goes.
Oh dear. Sorry, Turfy.
Is that a 10, Jen?
Oh.
Like
Actually,
total?
10. It's a 10. Yeah, because I have +3
yes.
wisdom and +1 forward.
Wow.
So, while you
yeah.
guys are debating this, you may not have noticed that the mist has stopped coming from your friends' mouths.
Yay!
Because you're distracted by that sphere of glass that Charfiend is holding shattering and shards flying everywhere as the mass inside rips open.
Boo.
So I'm going to say that it sounds. So we know Charfine's getting hurt, and he was pretty close to the table. Graves and Smiles and the rest were kind of back. I'm a little unclear on where Aliana was.
Oh, she's right next to it.
Okay.
Because she stepped up to try to whack it with her song. It was a bad idea. I know it was a bad idea.
So why don't you and Charfine roll a d8 for damage?
Oh.
Graves, you can roll a d4.
Okay. And I would like to defend Smiles, who is an NPC, so it doesn't matter. Except it does matter, because I'm gaming the system. Of course you rolled a d8.
Ouch.
Wait, do I even have hit points at this point?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, and that's a good question.
So, how long ago was the obelisk and toppling?
Probably long enough ago that you should have restored the full hit points.
That's important.
Are you going to be okay there?
Yeah, I'm still standing.
Okay. Do we know how much Charfine took?
I just pulled up the Wizards Dungeons & Dragons die roller, because I'm a heathen, and it got a 1, so I now hereby trust this with everything forever.
At least damage rolls against yourself.
At least damage rolls against myself.
Which that doesn't make fictional sense, except I am assuming that, you know,
I was standing there and he was like under it or something.
Maybe my hands are still heated up, so the shards of glass that come towards me like spatter and go in different directions, melts.
Yeah, I imagine some of that hit Aliana.
Great, I got molten glass. Thank you.
Look, at this point, we are all clear. My class is actually collateral damage, so just we're all fine with it. It's fine.
And it looks like Graves took 4 points of damage.
I took 0 because I was defending.
Oh, look at you! All right.
Gaming the system. And also a very romantic moment.
Smiles does cling to you a little bit longer than is
Strictly
probably necessary. But let's get back to what's going on. So, Aliana, you shielded Treasure from any damage, but you can hear the scrabbling behind you. That is that familiar Treasure is awake. And on the table, you can see Shashina kind of half sit up, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And Andromeda, you are free to move.
Yay,
Your eyes
I'm
aren't black
awake.
anymore.
Yay!
But damn, you hurt.
Oh
Your
my god,
arm.
what happened to my arm?
I
Freak
point-
fireball! Freak fireball!
I point at Charfine.
It was a pigeon.
Can we get out of here now since you're like conscious and shit? Cause ow.
Well, since you mentioned that,
Oh shit.
the rift over the table, it's getting bigger. And those shadow tendrils that were back in the background, oh, they're happy again. They are waving, and they're growing. They're starting to get big enough that as they thump against the floor, you can feel the walls kind of shudder a little bit, and the hardwood floor is starting to crack, and there is this keening inside, coming from inside the rift. So what do you guys want to do?
I want to do something crazy.
Do it! What is it?
Kiss Charfine.
No, that's not crazy. I want to go up to the circular thing and put my bag of holding over it.
What the hell? Damn Star Mage.
I don't know if it's gonna work, and I feel like there's at least a defy danger in there, and probably something else. I don't know.
I'm trying to think about that too. Let's see. At least a defy danger. Yeah, that seems fair. Where is your bag of holding?
Higitus figitus. You have an enchanted bag or other container which can hold an unlimited number of items of 1 weight or less. Anything heavier won't fit. So if this thing is more than 1 weight, I cannot do that thing.
I mean, it's kind of no weight.
Yeah. I was going to say alternately, the other thing I was thinking about trying was doing a gravity pulse and trying to move the thing either up or down, somehow disrupting it.
No, I'm not going to say.
The bag seems way more fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not saying it's because your GM likes the idea of you hauling this thing around in your bag. But why don't you give me a defy danger roll?
This is why I love you, Sarah. All right, what am I defying danger with? This sounds like probably Dex, maybe?
Yeah, it's either Dex or intelligence. Because you are thinking very quickly. Like
I don't think I thought fast enough.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hang on. I don't actually think that I know, because Dex is +2, so that's a 5. Intelligence is 0, so that's a big fat fail. You're welcome.
All right. So you
First
try
fail of the night.
you mark your XP.
Wait,
We still have 2 sessions. Oh, are you gonna help?
we might be able to do something useful. I was trying to see if I can do 2 help, but I can't do 2 help. Never mind.
I mean, I am. If anybody wants to help her, you can get her up to a 6, which still doesn't do any good.
I was trying to see if
All
I
right.
could help, but I would have already cast it to make it work, and then yeah.
So of course, whenever you try to get your bag over it, there's this weird like push-pull when you open the bag next to it. Like it is 2 portals, both trying to suck the other in. And yeah, so part of Andromeda, like her upper half, goes through the portal.
Oh God.
So you are back in the place where you were before,
Oh, I don't like that place.
but now you can see that what you thought were like walls and floor, that it's all moving.
Whoa.
It's alive, and it's moving towards the portal that you're blocking.
Oh my. Is
So-
this is a portal that I opened?
Yeah.
That I can close at any time, even though I'm halfway through it?
Yeah, so how would that work?
It would be painful for me.
Yeah, I
and
think so.
I would go out in a blaze of glory, clearly. And Tarfine would have the bottom half of me.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Um,
It is your choice as a player.
sure. I'm not going to do that just yet.
So right now you're stuck in the middle of the portal.
Yes.
The dark shadows are coming towards you, making this kind of like silky hiss noise.
You.
And your friends are staring at your ass and your flailing legs. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to pull her out.
Yes, that one.
All right. So one of you should do a defy danger roll with strength, and the other one can help.
You
Oh, boy.
You go for it there, Graves. You got this.
Yeah.
Certainly not several times stronger than me. That's certainly not why I want you to do it.
That's an 8.
All right. So you and Charfine get up there and you grab a hold of her legs and you start pulling, but you can tell that she's not going to come out easy. So let's see. What is the thing to do here?
Climb in and push her from the other side, clearly.
Oh God.
You think that Charfine could fit in the portal just enough to get past her. It's going to be a very intimate moment. But that
Okay.
might work.
I loathe this plan. Let's do it.
Why is it when I GM, you guys are all shudders and, oh, I hate this.
I don't ever remember saying I hate this. I mean, shuddering, yes, but I mean, I signed up for that when you GM'd.
That's true. He just hates this plan.
Right.
You're making
The
me
plan to
squeeze into
save
demon
his
dimension.
girlfriend's life.
By squeezing into a demon dimension.
Don't worry, I'll be right here. Do you want to take my stick?
I give Graves a look of like complete flatness, and then I reach out and take the stick.
That's fantastic.
And then I try and squeeze in.
So you're able to squeeze past. It is slightly uncomfortable. Neither of you can breathe for a couple of minutes as he squirms past. But once you get your head through there, Charfiend, what you see is this like tidal wave of shadow rushing towards you. And it's kind of hissing, and in the hissing you can hear it calling Andromeda's name. And it's saying, I just want to go home, let me go home. And it's rushing towards you.
Nope.
Gonna keep going in there?
Nope.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get in there.
Okay. So you're in there, and you can push her through.
Yes, I do that thing.
And Graves pulls her on the other side. And Andromeda does indeed come free. But of course, as Charfiend reaches for the portal, one of the shadows grabs you around the leg.
I would like to try and grab his arm and pull him, and or send Basil over to burn the fuck out of that tendril thing.
You can do both.
Okay.
If you want. So you grab a hold of him, and Basil rushes past you, Charfiend.
Mm-hmm.
And as it rushes past you, it kind of shows that there are a couple of other tendrils, and they've started to grab the edge of the portal. And there's this kind of heave. So does Basil have actual like moves?
Nope.
Basil
is a weapon, right? Like it's a small bottle of burning plasma, 1 weight, hand near, messy, ignores armor and thrown.
Okay, but he's a little ball of fire.
Yes, he is a small star.
Small star. So that is a little hotter than what Charfiend tried earlier. So some of the shadows do kind of like retract from it, like they're not quite sure, like what is this thing?
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that have a hold of the portal, now you guys can see them. They're starting to come out around the edges, and it's starting to open a little bit wider. But they're still got a hold of Charfiend. It is a bit of tug of war.
Okay. So what is this? Am I volleying with him? Am I doing something else? That's fun.
That's so funny.
Yeah, if you want to attack with Basil, that sounded funny. Go ahead and I guess volley?
Okay, hang on.
Before she does that,
Yeah.
Yes!
use my abilities to help her with some extra damage and some assistance if at all possible.
This sounds fantastic.
If it works. Doesn't work. Life's weird. That is 6, 7, 8, 9. So it works. Yay! But I draw unwanted attention, or my magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well. So, what I am giving is she gets an extra 2d4 damage. And,
okay.
Where is it? actually, sorry. She gets an extra 4d4 damage, and when anybody who helps her will give her a +2 instead of a +1.
Sweet.
Neat.
Do that thing.
Yeah. You throw
Okay.
that star.
So we're rolling on Dex. And we got, like, frickin' 13.
Goddamn.
Basil burns the fuck out of that tendril.
So,
Wait,
I'm
hang
sure
on.
they're...
I want to actually roll this damage because I never get to roll damage, you guys. Never,
you're
ever,
right.
ever. Okay, so I get a d6 of damage.
+4d4.
Plus 4d4. The d6 is 3. Do plus 12, 13, 14, 17 damage, you guys. Oh my god, that was amazing. Thank you, Misha.
Holy shit.
That was
Wow.
Right?
Okay. So, seriously.
It's like Shishina damage.
It is. So you throw him, and I assume there's no emotional reason why he's supercharged.
Oh, no emotional reason, feeling at all. None whatsoever.
And so you throw him, and he burns brighter once he goes through that portal. You can almost see it. It's like he's sucking light from your side of the portal and bringing it in there. And so yes, all of the shadow tendrils kind of snap away from it, and that keening sound gets louder, but you can tell this time it sounds like something's in pain. And they do let go of Charfiend, and the two of you tumble outside of the portal, which is...
I'm gonna close that portal. If I can.
You opened it. That's how it works, right?
Yes, that is how it... Well, I mean, like, assuming that it's not being fucked with by an elder god or something.
Well, I mean... So, there's the portal...
You didn't answer that, Sarah. You didn't answer that.
I'm describing stuff.
Okay,
so...
sorry.
The portal does shrink down on itself. And you still hear the screaming, and all the glass is still vibrating until it kind of coalesces into that necklace, which hangs in the air for a second and then clatters onto the ground.
Somebody want to smash that thing?
If we smash it, it might open again. I don't know. How about I put the necklace in my bag? That cannot go wrong.
You don't touch the necklace ever again.
Okay, fair. I mean, I can't argue with that logic.
She like looks around for like something to wrap it in. Tablecloth. She does that cool fancy party trick where you yank the tablecloth really fast and it leaves all the plates still on the table. May or may not work. Don't really care. and like folds the tablecloth until there's like several layers of it. Then like takes out her sword, which she does actually own, and like carefully licks the necklace with the tip and places it on the bundle of fabric, and then folds it up so that you can't actually touch it through like multiple layers of fabric. Because yeah, dangerous.
So
We're gonna find a lead box for it next.
So it's all nicely wrapped up, and for the first time tonight, Smiles peels herself away from Graves' side for a moment to step forward, and she kind of pokes at the bundle with her foot. We should take that and keep it safe.
No.
I'm sorry, was that Elvish?
No.
I didn't...
No.
What do you mean, no? You're not in charge here.
Neither are you.
However, we are representatives of the church, and we are best equipped to deal with evil necklaces.
Uh-huh. Sure. Right. No.
I'm sorry. It's gum.
I can pop a bubble if you want.
Well, because now in my head, Aliana is chewing gum.
She very well might be.
She might be, yeah.
This whole time, she's been chewing gum. All right. So while it's true that Smiles might be overstepping her authority a little bit, she probably is the most official person in the room, minus
No,
Shishina.
actually, that would be Shishina.
who is currently on the floor with Treasure, indulging in a lot of hugging and murmurings that you guys can't quite hear, but it's
Shishina,
something
tell
like...
her no.
Tina, tell her yes.
What?
Seriously? You're gonna trust her? You're gonna...
More than you.
I'm gonna put it in a lead box.
She hasn't even come close to almost causing the apocalypse.
Oh, like you have any room to talk here.
I don't want it. That's why I think we should give it to her, where it will be safe
Just
and
because you
non-apocalypse
want to get
causing.
it in her pants does not mean that she gets the magic item.
How is she going to protect it?
How are you going to protect it?
That's not
In
the
the
question.
table
Lead
law.
box.
Handing it to her means we are saying she's going to protect it, and your people aren't protecting shit right now.
We have the entire power of the Church of Basilides behind us.
Which is this powerful right now. You ain't
She's
doing
just-
shit.
She's just glaring at you.
Besides, your god isn't real.
And she'll turn to Graves. I don't know how these people have blackmailed you into staying with them. But we
Mostly
can...
out of pity.
What does that mean?
Which way is the pity running?
And Smiles looks at all of you and then looks back at Graves. But let's take it back to the church and ask the Mother Superior how to get rid of it. You can come with me and we can do this.
Give me the tablecloth.
Are any of you going to interfere with Graves?
No, because she kicked my ass. I talk a big game. Come on, I'm not stupid.
Wow. I thought we were going to have our first real inter-party fight.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Come on.
All right. So at this point, you guys can go with Graves and Smiles, presumably, to the main church. Shishina is going to take Treasure home to drop her off, hopefully, maybe somewhere safe. Like, who knows how this works? Whenever your baby has 6 legs.
And a little pink backpack
Yes.
with kitty ears.
So we can move instead to all of you traveling to the church, unless anybody wants to do anything else.
Snark the whole way.
There will.
That's right.
We're not going to just show up at the church. No, there will be time for snarking. Which, please, feel free to interject. So as you walk outside the church, or the building, the manor that you were in, not church, sorry, you notice something kind of weird. The first 3 streets full of houses have all exploded outward into rubble. It's like you're in the center of a bomb blast.
Oops.
Oops.
Shishina kind of clears her throat and just goes the other way. Keeps her head down. But in the rubble, you can see there are people moving. And they're kind of groaning. And they're covered with dust.
We help. Well, I at least help pull people out.
Okay, so you walk over to the first building.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you get close, you can see there's this little old lady, and she's bleeding from a cut on her head, and she's covered in dust, and she's kind of pulling herself out of the wreckage, and she looks up at you, and her eyes are black, and she just kind of bares her teeth at you, and tries even harder to get out of the rubble. What do you do?
What are we calling them? Obsidianites?
Onyx Knights?
Onyxites. That's what.
Yeah. Brendan was also calling them Umbralites.
I like that.
Y'all. Fuck. We might have to fight our way out of here.
You say that like you're surprised. We did have to fight our way in.
It's true.
I just walked through a portal.
I can help. We can do that again.
No.
That's true.
No.
There's no way that would go wrong.
No.
Plus, apart from crazy, cosmic world-ending portals, I'm really only supposed to be able to open portals from one place I can see to another place I can see. So there's that.
We could still leapfrog across the city.
We could. Or we could all hold hands and not have any gravity whatsoever, which could
Yay.
be moonwalking, moon bouncing. No way.
That couldn't go wrong either.
Nope. We'll be totally fine.
So you guys are setting up some alternatives. While you're doing that, a couple of people have freed themselves from the rubble. And for the moment, Smiles' paladins are kind of forming a front line while you guys argue about gravity.
I have a question.
Sure.
So one of the things that one of my moves can do is shake someone's mind clear of one enchantment.
Interesting.
Would that actually work?
I think you would have to try that to figure that out.
Alrighty then. Let's play that bad boy then and see if it actually works. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
So I'm drawing unwanted attention, but my spell does work. So yeah, I am going to aim it at the little old lady because I don't want to have to kill little old lady. And I am trying to shake her mind clear of one enchantment, and I choose to double that effect. and if possible, I would like to do it twice, so it's technically triple the effect. I have like triple shaking.
So what does it look like whenever you do this?
So I guess I'm playing this kind of dirgy, soothing song, because everything I play now sounds dirgy. But it's a soothing dirgy, so as opposed to, weepy song before, this is more like, death is your friend? Death is calm and peaceful, and yeah, kind of dirgy.
Well, the old lady stops trying to claw at the paladin in front of her, who is awkwardly fending her off with just, their arms. And she starts swaying to the music, and you can see the black drain down her face like tears. And then she looks around. What happened? What happened to my house?
Well, fine, paladins are in charge, and I'm sure that they will tell you what has happened to your house, because they are the ones in charge, as they are so fond of letting us know.
Nice save.
The paladin who is fending off the old lady gives you a dirty look. It's okay, ma'am. Let's just get you somewhere safe, and we'll figure out your house later. And so the paladins kind of disperse, and they're trying to help those that are not infected, kind of regroup, and those that are infected, they're trying to kind of round them up without hurting them. But Smiles is still with you.
I will continue playing at the group that they are rounding up in the hopes that this actually works.
It worked on the little lady. So what do you guys want to do now? You want to get to the big church. Do you want to employ some sort of magic that will involve rolling, or do you want to walk through the city? I mean, there could be a third option I'm not thinking of.
There's always a third option. Well, I vote we walk through the city. After all, we have the mighty Charfiend here to slay anything that gets in our way.
Hey, I heard that. I heard that sarcasm.
You were supposed to. And actually, you're very good at it.
Hey.
What?
So 1 vote for walking through the city, plus snarkiness.
I got nothing to get us there more quickly, so walking through the city is the only option from my perspective.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're so not portaling, so...
No, Jen?
I mean, like, I want to help you guys. I want to help us. If you guys think that I'm not gonna be able to do that, or if you think it's gonna cause ill effect, I guess I will have to defer to you and be a little bit hurt in the process.
Well, you're already hurt. We're just trying to save your strength and your
Okay,
energy.
that's fair. I am a little hurt already. I've already taken a bunch of harm.
I mean, we don't want you to overextend yourself, because that might get permanent, and that would be bad.
And that's sort of how the apocalypse started in the first place.
Shh!
Nice. Yeah,
So
I'm cool with whatever.
So you form up to walk through the city, and Smiles is carrying the necklace, wrapped in the tablecloth. What kind of order are you guys in?
I will actually take point and play as I go, trying to disperse the energies or something.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll at least stay out of my way. Might not actually, oh, let's not go there, kind of repellent if not actually curing.
Well, you are playing that, death music as you walk, so that is a little bit, maybe off-putting to some.
I'll pull up the rear.
Okay.
Guard Smiles. I mean, the necklace. I mean, Smiles.
And you're an at her butt.
And Andromeda, how about you?
I'll be maybe like right next to or in front of Char.
Okay.
I am slightly concerned about Zephyros, who's not around right now.
Yeah, so he was in the house. When none of you noticed, but around the time that Shishina tore off that dude's head, Zephyros was like, I think I'm going to wait outside. Like...
I always knew he was a smart guy.
He is currently trapped under rubble.
Figures.
With a little bit of why did I ever leave home? There's a lot of whining coming from underneath one particular mound of rubble.
But we don't see him.
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, if I could see him or hear him, I'm sure, like, I would free him, right? That's just the thing I would do.
I'm sure the paladins will get to him eventually.
I mean, or he'll just remember that he can just pick the rubble up off of himself with his gravity powers.
But he has to lay there for a little bit and really complain,
Think
really
about what
get
he
the...
It also didn't work when he
full-
was surrounded by fire either. He just sat there, picked him all the way.
It's true.
Yeah. So, back to you guys. Although it's good to know what Sephiroth is doing as he whines. So you're walking through, and for the most part, it does seem like Aliana's music is kind of doing the trick, and people, as you walk, the damage isn't as bad further in. But you don't see anyone on the streets, and you notice that all the shutters are shut and barred, and doors are closed. Like, what happened did not go unnoticed. So that's why it's a little easier to hear two sets of footsteps coming up behind you. So, Charfine, you're the closest. Whenever you... I see you laughing, Graves. Whenever you turn around and look, you can see there are two of the Onyxites, but these guys are a little different. Like, they're wearing these black robes with this purple trim, and they've shaved their heads, and they have the umbral tattoos on their head with the black eyes. And one of them is holding a flail, like the stick with the chain. And the other one is holding a mace. And they just point at you. What do you want to do?
Do you want me?
And one of them, in this very... Oh, you did not! This very deep voice says, "Give us the necklace." But the one with the flail, when you did that, he starts whirling it around. So, they're going to be coming at you guys, but I will let you go first.
Okay. I have to save that one. Sure. So I will conjure my weapon of pure flame. Let's do that shit.
All right. Go ahead and do that shit.
I don't have to clear anything there. I just need to make that a 2. Push the roll button. So it's a 2 and a 4 for a total of a 6. Plus my intelligence, which makes it an 8. So I will make this fiery touch, dangerous, 3 uses. Yeah, I will add hand range to it. So basically, it's a melee weapon. So, let's go with it's a like a khopesh, like a curved sword of fire. So it's a big, glowing, gleaming crescent that I'm wielding in my hands. And yeah, totally. He's coming at me. I'll cut him down, meet him halfway. Let's do this.
So do you roll hack and slash whenever you use the weapon?
Yes, because it's just like a regular weapon. It's just I get to use intelligence instead of strength or dex when I use it.
Excellent. Well, you roll me some hack and slash because the one with the flail is almost close enough to hit you with it. You
got it. So 3 uses. This is 1. Rolling. Yay! That's just lovely. So I got a 1 and a 1 plus my intelligence, which makes it a 4.
I'm sorry. So as you go to attack him, the movement, because the sword is curved, it brings the heat too close to your hand, and you get burned. Bad enough that you actually have to drop your weapon. So you're unarmed. Go ahead and roll a d6, and we'll see how hard he hits you.
Sure. 3.
Upside the head!
Yay!
So this was probably enough to alert Graves to what's going on, and also Andromeda. So what are you two doing? You turn around in time to see the cultist hit Charfeed upside the head with his flail.
Ouch. I'm going to let you go first, Andromeda.
I feel like before you let me go, though, you say ouch.
Yeah, Graves totally does.
I would like to make a portal behind these gentlemen with a vacuum effect to suck them away from my boyfriend, please. Thank you very much.
One of your boyfriends.
Yeah, you're right. One of my boyfriends. Sorry, my bad. Well, no, that's not true because Zephyr's not my boyfriend. He's my fiancé.
Oh my god. All right. One of your special man friends.
Yes, man friends. Oh my god. Okay. Hell yeah, I got like a 13. Wait,
God damn.
12. I'm sorry, 12.
All right. So your portal does indeed open up and suck them into it. Where does it come out?
My intention to do was like open the portal right behind them, and then like as far back as I could see, possibly like on top of a roof, maybe.
Okay. So you go ahead and conjure your portal. They're sucked through it, and they are not very gently deposited on top of a roof. So you see them off in the distance, kind of fall and look around, like what just happened? What the hell? And then they look up and they see you. Yeah, they're mad. They're gonna come running after you guys
Yeah,
after they figure out how to get down from the roof.
We should go.
Okay then.
All right.
I'm just saying.
So that's Jin had a good question that I don't know if it's ever come up. It says plus blah 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 forward. How long is forward?
Very next roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then no.
Forward is just ongoing.
Okay.
So you're winding your way through the city, and you go past, some of your familiar haunts, like the tavern that you normally drink at, a couple of the taverns you've been thrown out of, a couple of guard posts that you've visited, and they're all tightly shuttered, and there's still no one on the streets. Whenever you look up, you can see that although it's still daylight, and although our daylight has still been kind of dim since all this started, you can see stars twinkling, despite the fact that it's still day. It's dark enough you can see them.
Cool. That's a good sign.
Yes. And ahead of you is the Church of Basilides. Now, unlike everything else in the town, its doors are thrown open, and all of its windows are lit up. Like Charfiend, you can feel the amount of fire they have going inside to have everything lit up. So are you guys going to go inside? I see some nods.
If the necklace is going inside, we're going inside.
Yes, Smiles does not hesitate. She goes right in. All right. So as you walk into the Church of Basilides, there are rows of fully armed paladins guarding the doors that you have to walk by. But they just look at Smiles, and they just kind of nod, and they let you pass without question. And inside, this church is built of white marble, but it's kind of translucent. It's like it catches the light and holds it. And right now there are candles everywhere, and they are all lit. And inside the main part of the church, you see all of the army of Basilides, all of the paladins in their shining armor, holding their swords, standing in rows, looking up toward the front of the church. And at the front of the church is this stained glass window. And their window is this kind of beautifully abstracted sun that seems to be shooting its rays out upon everyone. And in front of that, I see you shaking your head. Such little faith. In front of that is that glowing creature that came forth from the seed. And whenever she sees it, Smiles kind of stops and looks around like, what's going on, guys? And she kind of looks at you, all of you, like, are you seeing this? What is this?
Oh, did we forget to tell you we planted a god?
You did what?
You what? What?
She did it.
What the hell?
I mean, Aliana's the one that said to plant it in the dirt. I was going to
What do
try
you
to
do
put it in
with
my head.
the seed?
I don't know. We found it in a skull.
I'm sorry, sticking in your head was a stupid idea.
Do we have a clear image? Can we like see it clearly?
Yeah, it looks like androgynous being wrapped in these kind of gauzy white robes, and it is floating ever so slightly above the floor.
Okay.
It's floating.
Okay, let's get back to the part where you think it's a god.
Well, what do you call it when, like, you know, a being looking like that pops out of a seed you stick in the dirt?
Weird.
Okay.
So I don't think I've seen this on screen. I don't think. So I would like to spout lore on this guy.
Please.
Yeah, I feel like my people have accumulated different sort of knowledge, and obviously it's slightly askew from what everybody else here knows, but I feel like extraplanar creatures, especially because we probably didn't come from this world in the first place.
You're not native lizards.
No, we are not native lizards. We're Okay, so that is a 7 total. And spout lore 7. GM will only tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful.
Well, that's interesting. Let's see here. So, you remember a story one of the elders used to tell about creatures, fire creatures, how they always seem to come from that which should birth them. That they came from the spark of lightning and the glow of a firefly. And that was the way nature worked, and it was beautiful.
Okay. So the connection is in my head that this is one of those creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just tell you something interesting.
Up to you to make it useful.
Uh-huh.
I tell you fairy tales about lightning and fireflies. The rest is you.
So, what's this thing made of?
Do you want to go closer and look at it?
Yeah.
All right. So when Charfian starts walking forward, do any of you join him?
Yeah. Graves will walk right up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aliana?
Sure.
Okay. Smiles will like kind of hesitantly scurry next to Graves, kind of looking around like very nervously. So you get up closer, and Charfian, you can see that this being, as it floats and glows, the glow kind of flickers like a banked fire on a cold winter night. But they're not totally on fire.
Does it have eyes?
How terrible is it that you have to ask me that?
I just want to make sure.
It does indeed have eyes, and it's less of open flame than a glow.
Mm-hmm.
But now it is looking at all of you, and it's especially looking at Smiles.
Graves steps partially in front of her.
Can I gaze intensely into its eyes?
Yes, you can.
Oh dear.
You may ask their player what fuels the flames of your desire, and they will answer with the truth, even if the character does not know or would otherwise keep this hidden.
Power.
Okay. That's not fucking ominous.
So its attention, however, is currently it gazes at you and smiles a little, and then it looks back at Graves and smiles. Child,
If you let that thing have it, I will beat you, girl.
why have you brought such corruption into my home?
Your home.
Yes.
Who are you to stand at the altar of Basiledes and claim it as your home?
And the creature lifts its arms and gestures at the paladins, and they all kneel. I am the avatar of Basiledes, O fallen one. And I am here to stop you from destroying the world.
First of all, no. Secondly, too late.
Can you even, like, the sheer okay, sorry.
Is the word you're looking for?
Yes. And so the avatar smiles again and says, "Put them in the dungeon." And all of the paladins there do turn against you. And you're quickly, yet gently, disarmed. Except no one will touch Smiles in that necklace. They kind of have spears that they kind of like ward at her, like, go that way or we'll poke you. Are you guys going to put up
quietly?
any
What are you, nuts?
I don't trust this at all.
Literally, when have we gone quietly ever?
We can't even go quietly when it's a PC. Come on.
I don't trust this at all.
So you guys are resisting even though you're outnumbered.
Yeah? Dungeon bad?
So they kind of maneuver you in a corner. And Graves, you know that this is very close to the door to the dungeon. And the glowing creature is just watching this all smiling. And Charfine, you are a little bit away from the rest of them. Do you want to attempt what you just messaged me about?
What?
Sure. Well, I need to make sure they get a chance to get away, because this is a big thing. So,
I mean, if you want to warn them, they might be able to duck in the dungeon.
yeah. So I look right at Andromeda, and I just say, "Run." And then I go charging as fast as I can, slipping past them into the middle of the church.
And there is a, hilarious spectacle of paladins falling over themselves, both to get out of the way of and try and capture Charfiend. So there's definitely less attention on you guys if you want to slip into a nearby doorway.
I don't know what I want to do. I want to go get Charfie, kinda, but he told me to run. I don't know what I want to do, you guys.
You may have.
Wait, I want to discern realities. That's what I want to do.
Hey!
All right. So before you go, Charfiend, let's have you have Andromeda discern some realities. Who exactly are you?
Nice.
Fucking
Sorry,
awesome.
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Who exactly are you studying?
The god.
The god, or do you want to study the situation around Charfiend?
Ooh, make it tempting, why don't you? Ah. I want to study the god. I love you, Charfiend. I am trying to. Yeah. Sorry.
Fair.
Okay. What's your first question?
What is about to happen?
Well, a couple of different people have different viewpoints on that, but the god believes that Charfiend is the real threat here because he sees this lizard running away from his friends and knows he's up to something.
Mm-hmm.
So the god is probably going to do something nasty to Charfiend if given the chance.
Okay. Definitely don't want that to happen.
So the angry energy in the room is starting to direct towards Charfiend.
Okay. What here is useful or valuable to me?
There is definitely a nice covered spot in the dungeon.
But I don't want to go in the dungeon.
You asked.
Yes. What here is not what it appears to be?
This is not a god.
What is it?
As you're staring at it, you can see in the shadows as it moves and the shadows it casts as it floats across above the floor, there's a little bit of that flickering purple energy you saw in the sphere. Oh, I love that face! Your face, man!
Not cool! Not cool!
I'm sorry.
Remember, she's 3 beers in.
I am! And I'm almost done with this one.
Awesome!
Very good, you guys. Probably the best I've ever done when playing Chain World before. So know that. We're gonna open some fucking portals, you guys.
She looks like I did after I finished the book. I'm just saying.
This is excellent.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm gonna open a fucking portal because this dude is not a god and he must be gotten rid of.
Okay.
This
So
is what happens, you guys. You told me to drink a third beer. I'm just saying. You guys told me.
So before you open the portal, I am going to give Charfiend a chance to do something. What you want to do, Char?
Yeah, cool. So I get into the middle of the church. I scream out, "Behold the might of the prodigious inferno, motherfuckers!" I lift my left arm up, point it straight at the ceiling, and a beam of light pours up from my finger towards the ceiling where it creates a ball that just starts to grow larger and larger as fire begins to pour out of it, and my arm slowly disintegrates beneath it. When you open a channel to the burning plains and call a firestorm, tell the GM what you're sacrificing, and roll plus whiz. My arm. I left one.
That is an acceptable sacrifice.
The sky opens up and fire pours like rain from it within an area about equal to a small village.
Oh, shit.
Told you to run.
I heard you!
Everyone and everything in the area takes damage as appropriate. On a 10 plus, you can extinguish the storm with a little effort. On a 7 and 9, it rages out of your control, spreading and gusting where they are carried by wind and weather. And on a miss, something cruel, intelligent, and hungry comes with the storm.
Please, God, don't miss.
Here goes! Okay, so plus my, what did it say, wisdom? Checking again. Wisdom, my wisdom is a 1, and I rolled a 4 and a 5.
That's a 10!
So that's a 10.
All right. So it happens exactly as he described, but as the rain of fire begins to fall onto the church and the paladins below, what are our heroes doing?
Run.
Graves had initially taken a step forward because she was like, no, wait, like if anyone's going to stab that asshole, it's going to be me. But then when it starts raining fire, she instead grabs, like, Smiles by one arm and Aliana by another arm and starts, like, ushering them down the steps into the dungeon because rain of fire.
Raining. Andromeda, what do you do?
Legit.
I probably stand there trying to decide what the fuck I want to do.
Actually, if Aliana remembers that he is no longer invulnerable to fire and, like, grabs him by the scruff of his neck and yanks him with
I would
us.
also like to haul him away with us. Please,
Well, but
thank you.
Charfiend is in the middle of the church. You can't reach him unless you go after him. And if you go
But
after
I have
him...
portals. I will reach him through a fucking portal.
All right, go ahead and make us a portal.
Yes. Let's roll this again, because what can go wrong, you guys? Nothing!
3
Nothing
years.
goes wrong! I get a 13!
God damn. All right. So, you do indeed reach
Yoink.
through the portal, yoink Charfiend, who is now lighter one arm.
Makes it easier.
Okay. It does.
And I assume you run for the dungeons as behind you, the church is just covered with a rain of fire.
Sounds about right.
And that is where we're going to end.
Sorry, Charfiend, you're
Sorry, you didn't
You're
need that
down
arm.
an arm.
Right, you're good.
and now poor Brendan has to deal with a burning, raining, fiery church.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That you're in the basement of, and there is something up there that I didn't mention whether or not it was taking harm.
Well, at the very least, they killed this army of paladins.
You mean Graves' friends? Yes, you killed them all.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Heretics and non-believers. They'll believe now,
Appreciate
motherfucker.
that.
You're the only. If you and Smiles are the only one left, you can re-establish the church however you want.
Oh,
Mhm.
look at that.
Just saying.
Well, I
You
believe
can have
this.
your cake.
God, so much cake.
Oh my god. I love that so much
Oh my
that
god,
I
you can
just
have your cake. That is amazing.
oh,
Ew.
that is the best thing ever, please. I would like to hear about this whenever it happens. Wow.
In our custom version of Dungeon World, everybody's going to have a cake move. When you have cake,
Everything's okay.
Oh my god.
That's
amazing.
fantastic.
Yes.
All right, shall we do our ending moves?
Sure.
let's do it.
I mean, what can I do but leave it with you guys running away from a church full of fire?
Well, as I said, we're not running away. The church is above us. It comes out around our
Yeah.
ears. Basement of the burning building. That's a great idea.
Oh my god.
There isn't a side door for you guys to go out of. Oh, all right. I don't have all my normal stuff open. Does somebody else have the
Yeah, totally.
I would appreciate that.
First, choose one of the bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant or otherwise. Ask if they agree, mark XP, rewrite the bond, that whole shebang.
Anybody got some bonds they resolved?
I think
I don't
Graves might
think
be
so.
pissed at me and might no longer have my back.
You think?
just saying. Maybe.
There seemed to be some tension there.
I broke Andrea.
It's funny because my bond with Aliana currently is Aliana is extremely dangerous and I must keep her from ending the world. Apparently,
No.
yes.
Oh God. So Aliana, do you have a new bond you want to do now, or do you want to wait and write it?
Oh wait, I gotta think when I'm not punch drunk.
Jen, Brendan, either of you two?
I would like to second what Misha just said.
Okay.
The only bond that I have is I love Charfiend. I don't want to resolve that one.
I wee love.
I love.
Oh my god.
It's his fault for starting the Disney thing with the stupid singing lobsters and whatnot.
Kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, my oh my.
Wow.
Make the boy to shine. Gotta kiss the girl. Sorry, Disney, we now have to pay you like $10 or something, right?
Oh my god. I love you, Misha.
Well, that was great. All right. So there'll be some bond swapping, is what I'm hearing. Anything for you, Brendan?
I mean, it doesn't really matter for the experience point, but I do have. I will give anything to keep Andromeda safe, and that was my arm.
I did. Yes.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's love.
That was my arm.
All right, and then Misha, did you act according to your alignment?
I did, in fact, perform my art.
You
to
did.
Somebody else.
Like a badass?
Seriously?
Excellent. Andromeda?
Set up and trigger a crazy chain of events. I don't know that I might have triggered it. I don't know that I set it up.
You opened the portal.
I did.
Bitch slapped Charfiend a couple of times.
I mean, no, that wasn't me at all, you guys. That had nothing. No, that was not me. I swear.
This is us. Not even you.
Oh my god.
Charfiend?
Use your powers over the elements to better someone else's lot in life.
I'm sorry.
Well, in a macro perspective, I've taught this city a lot about fire control and safety, so I think I have.
I don't think that counts.
By healing all of these assholes in the church, I've actually improved conditions for the city.
Oh my god.
In what way?
They were dicks.
I can't argue with that. I don't know how everyone else feels.
Huzzah!
I just died. That's how I feel.
And Graves.
Mine is good. Defend those weaker than you, which I didn't really do except cinematically, and also because I wanted to game the system. So I'm good. I'm good without taking it.
Okay. Although you and Smiles were pretty sweet.
I know. It was a good game.
Good.
A lot of searching of eyes.
Oh. You
Not
guys were distracted. Yeah. There wasn't a cake available.
Yeah.
And then we have 3 questions.
There was no cake.
There better be cake in the last one.
And owlbears.
There better
Yeah.
be wedding cake in the
Gotta
last
beat up an owlbear,
That's
you
all I'm
guys.
saying.
Well, unfortunately, I think Charfiend just blew up the church's bakery along with the church, so...
I will find a bloody recipe for cake. Damn it. So this is wedding cake. Lots of it. And I don't care
you
who
guys.
gets married. It can be you and Smiles, it can be you and Charfiend. I don't care. Somebody's getting married. Damn it.
How you should get married, Aliana?
I don't have a boyfriend. Come on.
Def.
Girlfriend. Yeah, great.
Stuff could happen a lot. Like, a lot of stuff could happen in the next 2 episodes. All right. If someone wouldn't mind reading those questions for us.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
totally not a god.
Or
Yes,
the god
totally.
is not a god at all. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I sullied your beautiful experience.
No worries. We were pretty sure it wasn't actually God either.
I mean, the whole point of you DMing was to sully our Sarah.
Honest. Your nickname is Doombringer.
Exactly.
I live to sully.
I'm not kidding, Sarah. Lance asked me who was GMing tonight, and I said Sarah, and he said Doombringer, and I said, well, yes.
My family was so confused when I changed it on Facebook.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
seems like you did.
Woot.
You got the you undid the damage with the portal, and the wall of shadow inside did not come out. You know, really wanted to.
I killed a church full of paladins.
Oh. All right,
Guys,
Misha's
the
dead.
subtitle of this episode is going to be the one where they giggle the entire last, 5 minutes.
It's Brendan's fault.
It is.
Did
All
we
right.
loot a memorable treasure?
Got the necklace back.
We did get
Yeah.
the necklace back, and we got treasure back.
And you did get treasure back. All right, you definitely got that one.
Did we name her treasure just so that we could always...
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Probably.
Yes, we did.
I couldn't remember. It's been a little while.
Because we are awesome like that.
We are something like that.
It's also, one of Shashina's favorite things.
It's true. Shoshina still hasn't found Hendrix. I'm sad about this.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was going to include that, but I didn't want to give Shashina any screen time, so Hendrix will live to be a mystery for another day.
sure, he's totally still alive.
Because most of the city exploding in one way or another could
It
not
was
have
fine.
possibly impacted the
He
tower.
wasn't
was trapped in.
in the tower of a tall tower. No, he's fine. He's totally fine. No problem.
Was it in the
Fine.
basement of one of those houses that collapsed or anything?
No, I mean, we clearly established he was in the top of a tower to which he couldn't
Yeah.
actually get down out of.
Yep.
That's
Fine.
true. Which I like for the reference to the comic book. Anyway. Well, I think that's it.
Thank you so much for running, Sarah. That was
Thank you, Sarah. That was
awesome,
amazing.
wonderful, and
Thank you guys for playing.
terrible and nightmarish.
And awesome.
It was awesome. Thank you so much. For anybody who watched this live or watches this after the fact, if you enjoyed this, which you should have, and if you didn't, how dare you, please, you can go ahead and find more awesome Chain World stuff by clicking on the playlist link. This, as I said at the beginning, is episode 25. So there are 24 more awesome episodes as we are moving towards our conclusion as well. So go watch all 24 of those. That should last you a while. You'll be fine. Also, please subscribe to Indie Plus by clicking on the button in the lower left-hand corner because Indie Plus does lots of awesome, cool stuff. Lower right-hand corner, whatever. One of the corners.
I don't know.
It's
What
the
is
one
it?
that says subscribe.
Corners.
We do lots of awesome, cool stuff. We do other shows. We do other cool things that you should watch and be notified about. And also, take a gander at our Indie Plus G Plus community. Indie Plus G Plus.
And this weekend, we're going to be running our very first online convention. So if you join the community, you can sign up and you can sign up for one of the games run by some of these very people.
You can play some GARMs. Sarah hides.
Sarah's hiding.
So thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who watched this, and thank you as always, Andrea, Jen, Misha, Sarah. You're all wonderful and amazing to play with. And have a good night.